Hey everyone, welcome to Mercenaries. Today I'm going to show you how to separate vector artwork that includes white ink. So we've got our panels ready here and some very basic vector artwork. If you've never used these panels before, go check out our first video in this series, Workspace Tools, and we show you where to find them and how to use them in that video. In the Layers panel, you can see that I have a background, I have artwork with a stroke on it, and I have some editable text. The first thing you'll want to do is you'll want to put the background on a different layer and lock it so it's not accidentally printed. Next, we want all of our art to be expanded. Text should always be outlined and strokes should always be expanded when you're doing vector separations. To do this, select all and press Command-Shift-O to outline your text. With everything still selected, go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke to expand your stroke. Still with everything selected, use Divide in the Pathfinder panel and ungroup with Command-Shift-G. Now we want to combine our colors into individual compound paths. Using the eyedropper tool, click on a color, then use Unite in the Pathfinder panel and create a compound path with Command-8. We'll repeat this for each color. In the Layer panel, you might see a bunch of empty shapes. You want to delete them so they don't mess up your separation. Click on one of these shapes and go to Select, Same, Fill Color, then press Delete. As we learned in previous videos, all of our art has to have a spot color. In screen printing, we don't use CMYK, we only use spot colors. Some shops use Pantones and others use pre-mixed inks, but usually can match to a specific Pantone. I already have Pantones applied to the green shapes in this artwork, but we do need to make a spot color to apply to the white highlight. If you still have to apply Pantones to your artwork, you can find Pantones in the Pantone Solid Coated library that we opened up in the first video. With the white art selected, create a new swatch in the swatch panel and name it White Highlight. Make sure that the color type is spot color, and give your swatch a color that is easy to see. You can change the preview color of your swatch by double-clicking it and dragging the toggles. For now, you just want to be able to see your white highlight on the artboard. Now when we go to Separations Preview, we can see that there is no CMYK left except for the background, which we aren't printing. We can also see that all of our art is knocking out from the other colors. When we divided our art earlier, it made sure that even if we turn overprint on, these colors will never overprint on each other. We're going to make the base now, but if this is your first time making a base and it seems a little bit confusing, watch the previous video, Making a Base. We're going to be doing the exact same process here, but working with a white highlight, which includes an extra step. To make your base, select all, then copy and place with Command-Shift-V. With the copied art selected, use Unite in the Pathfinder panel, and then make a compound path. If you see any stray anchor points, lock the art below your base and use the lasso tool to select and delete them. Now you'll need to make a white base spot color. Make sure you give it a different color than your white highlight. As I explained in the previous video, we need to choke our base. Add a stroke to your base and make sure it's set to the center line. Set the stroke to 0.75. Now go to Object, Path, Outline Stroke, then with everything still selected, use the minus front tool in the Pathfinder panel. Now when you zoom in, you can see that your base is choked, but the only issue here is that when we print white ink, the white base should not be choked underneath the white highlight. If you do choke your base under a white highlight, your print will have a grayish line around it, which can look really gross. To avoid this, copy your white highlight and paste it in place. Now select both the base and the copied highlight, then hit Unite in the Pathfinder panel. When you zoom in, you can see that the base is no longer choked under the white highlight. Send your base to the back of your layer and open Separations Preview. You can see here that all the colors are currently knocking out the base, which is not good. To overprint the colors on the base, select all, then go to the Attributes panel and check Overprint Fill. Now back in the Separations preview, everything will overprint on the base except where the base is being choked. At this point, you want to look over your art for mistakes. You can select and delete anchor points with the Direct Selector tool or the minus point tool. If you do make changes to a color, make sure you also change or recreate the base. To keep everything tidy and organized, name your layers and number them. Generally, the white base will be the first to be printed and the white highlight will be the last. While this artwork looks pretty simple, this exact process is what I use to do most of my vector separations. It doesn't matter if I'm separating a complex vector illustration or a two-color logo, the process is generally the same. The best part is that the more that you practice, the faster you'll get. In the next video in this series, I'm going to show you how to make registration marks to send your art to print. Future videos in this series will include adding the registration marks and taglines, as well as separating complex artwork in Illustrator. Don't forget to subscribe for more time lapses and tutorials, and if you have any questions, please let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching!